My wife was thrilled about the hot new neighbor. Turns out it was her ex. I caught them passing notes through the fence. So I sold our house to his crazy stalker ex-girlfriend. Now they're neighbors forever. Original post I-33 male honestly should have seen this coming. My wife, 31, has been married to me for 6 years. Together for 8. We bought our house in the suburbs 3 years ago. Standard, middle-class neighborhood, white picket fences, the whole package. Last month, the house next door finally sold after sitting empty for almost a year. My wife was weirdly excited about it. Like more excited than a normal person should be about neighbors they haven't even met yet. I hope it's a young couple, she kept saying, someone we can be friends with. Moving day comes. I'm at work, get home around 6 p.m. and she's practically bouncing. The new neighbor moved in. He seems really nice. Came over to introduce himself while you were gone. Cool. What's his name? She hesitated for like half a second. Didn't catch it, but he's really friendly. Red flag number 1. Who doesn't catch someone's name when they introduce themselves? That weekend, I'm in the backyard, grilling. Our fence is one of those with gaps between the boards. Not huge gaps, but you can definitely see through them. I notice my wife keeps looking over at the neighbor's yard. Everything okay? I ask. What? Yeah, just checking out how they're setting up their patio. Looks nice. Then I hear it. A male voice from the other side. Hey, smells good over there. My wife literally giggles. Giggles like a teenager. Thanks. My husband's grilling. Lucky you. Something about her tone was off. Too friendly. Too familiar. Later that night, I'm taking the trash out around 10 p.m. It's dark. I see my wife's silhouette by the fence. She's standing there and I swear she reaches through one of the gaps. Then she pulls her hand back with something white. A piece of paper. She didn't see me. Went back inside, all casual like nothing happened. I stood there in the dark for a solid 5 minutes, just processing, no passing through the fence. Are we in middle school? Didn't say anything that night. Needed to think. Next day, I'm working from home. Around 2 p.m., I see her go outside with her coffee. She's by the fence again, looking around first, real subtle. Then she folds something small and slides it through the gap in the fence. That's when I decided to figure out who this neighbor actually was. Took me about 30 minutes of social media stalking. Found his Instagram through the neighborhood Facebook group where someone welcomed him. His name, yeah, that name. The ex-boyfriend from her college years. The one she loved so much, but it just didn't work out. The one whose photo she kept in a box under our bed until I found it 2 years into our marriage. I sat there staring at his profile. Recent posts about starting fresh and new beginnings, and excited for this next chapter. The house next door didn't just randomly go to him. This was planned. That night at dinner, I tested the waters. So, did you get the neighbor's name yet? Oh yeah, it's Derek or David. Something with a D. His name starts with a T. She looked me right in the eyes and lied. I smiled. Cool. We should have him over for dinner sometime. Maybe. Let's wait till he's more settled. Translation. Absolutely not. I spent the next week documenting everything. Took photos with timestamps every time she went to the fence. Found 3 more notes being passed. Even managed to retrieve one that fell on our side. Just said, tomorrow at 3, with a heart drawn at the bottom. A heart called my buddy from law school. He's a real estate attorney now. Asked him about selling a house quickly, what my options were. Why the rush? He asked. Need a change of scenery. How fast could I move if I priced it right? In this market, house like yours, price at 10K undervalue. You'll have offers in 48 hours. What if my wife doesn't want to sell? Both names on the deed. Yeah, then it's complicated. You'd need her signature. Unless you have grounds for... Thanks, man. I'll think about it. That weekend, I made my move. Saturday morning. Coffee on the patio. My wife's inside getting ready for her yoga class. Yeah, right? I walked over to the fence, knocked on one of the boards. Hey, neighbor, got a minute? He came out. Tall, fit, stupid, perfect hair, exactly like his Instagram. Oh, hey, you must be the husband. That's me, I smiled. Extended my hand through the fence gap for a handshake. He took it. Nice to finally meet you, man. Your wife's been really welcoming. I bet she has. So I gotta ask, you know each other from before, right? His face went white. What? You and my wife? College sweethearts, if I remember. The he actually stammered. It was a long time ago. Must be quite the coincidence. Her ex-boyfriend just happening to buy the house next door. Look, man, I didn't know she lived here when I... Save it. I kept smiling. Just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page. Transparency and all that. I walked back inside. My wife was coming down the stairs. Who were you talking to? Our ex-boyfriend living right next door. She froze on the bottom step. What? Yeah, funny story. I recognized him from your old photos. The ones you said you threw away, but actually just moved to the garage. I can't explain. I'm sure you can, but here's the thing. I don't actually care about the explanation. I care about the notes. What notes? Too defensive, too fast. The ones you've been passing through the fence, like you're 16, found one yesterday, tomorrow at 3, with a little heart. Very cute. She went from pale to red. You're spying on me. In my own backyard. Yeah, guilty. Called documenting, actually. Nothing's happened. We're just talking. Cool. Then you won't mind if we put the house up for sale. Fresh start somewhere new. What? No. I love this house. Weird, because you seemed to love it a lot more after he moved in next door. The fight lasted 3 hours. Lots of your being paranoid and you don't trust me, and he's just a friend from the past. Zero acknowledgement of the lying, the note passing, the sneaking around. Finally, I said, here's the deal. We sell or I get a lawyer, and we figure out why you're secretly communicating with your ex-boyfriend behind my back. Your call. She didn't call my bluff. Update 1.2 weeks later. The entitlement really kicked in once the for sale sign went up. My wife tried everything, sobbing about how I was forcing her from her dream home, calling me controlling, telling her mother I was financially abusing her by making her move. Her mom actually called me. You can't just uproot her life like this. I can actually. It's my house too. If she wants to stay, she can buy out my half. Silence, because we both knew she couldn't afford that. Her friends started calling. The entitled suburban mom brigade came out in force. She's so upset. You're being unreasonable. All marriages have rough patches. I started responding with, would you be okay with your husband secretly passing notes with his ex-girlfriend who just happened to move in next door? that shut most of them up. But here's where it gets good. I was handling the sale logistics. My wife couldn't deal with it. Translation was sulking. The realtor said we'd have multiple offers by the end of the week, Wednesday afternoon. I'm reviewing offers on there are 6, all solid. 3 above asking price even. Then I get a call from an unknown number. Hello? Hi. Is this about the house on Oakwood Drive? Female voice, younger sounding. Who's asking? My name's Ashley. I saw your listing. I'm very interested. Great. Did you submit an offer through the realtor? Not yet. I wanted to talk to you first. I have some questions about the neighborhood. Something in her tone made me pause. Okay, what questions? Well, I noticed the house next door recently sold. Do you know anything about that neighbor? Why does that matter? It matters a lot to me, actually. The owner is his name, Tyler. Bingo. The ex-boyfriend. Yeah, you know him. Long pause. You could say that. We dated for 3 years. He moved here without telling me. Blocked me on everything. I've been trying to find him. I sat up straighter. Go on. Look. I know how this sounds, but I need to be near him. We had something real. He just got scared of commitment. I know if we're in the same place again, he'll remember what we had. Red flags everywhere, but also an opportunity. So you want to buy my house to be near your ex-boyfriend? I want to buy your house because it's in a nice neighborhood and happens to be next door to someone I care about. The rationalization of a stalker. Noted. What's your budget? I can go up to asking price. Cash offer, no inspection. Close in 2 weeks. Cash, no inspection. 2 weeks. Ashley, can I call you back in an hour? Sure. I hung up and did what any reasonable person would do. I Facebook stalked her. Ashley's profile was a lot photos of her and Tyler going back years. But here's the thing. They stalked 2 years ago on his side, her side. She was still posting couple photos up until 3 months ago. Old photos, but captioned like they were current, miss my babe. With a pic from 2022, her friends' comments. Girl, you need to move on, and this isn't healthy. One post from 6 months ago. Sometimes, love means giving someone space, even when it hurts. He'll come back. They always do. Big yikes. But Tyler moved across the country to get away from her. And now she'd found him. I called her back. Ashley, I need to be straight with you. Are you planning to use this house to be close to your ex? I just want to live my life. If he happens to be nearby, that's fate. He might not see it that way. That's between me and him. I thought about my wife, the note passing, the lying, the fact that she clearly wanted Tyler close by. Okay, here's what I'll do. You submit a cash offer at asking price. I'll accept it. But you need to know, my wife is friends with Tyler. They're close. You'll probably see them together. Oh, her voice got cold. How close? They're neighbors. What do you think? I see. Pause. My offer stands. Great. I'll tell my realtor to expect it. That night, I told my wife we had an offer already. From who? Cash buyer. Wants to close fast. It's a good offer. What about the other offers? This one's cleaner. No inspection contingencies. She sulked, but signed the paperwork. Didn't even ask who the buyer was. Tyler knocked on the door 2 days later. I answered. Hey man, can we talk? Sure. Is it true you're selling to some woman named Ashley? Oh, he knew. Yep. Cash offer. Good deal. Dude, that's my ex. She's insane. You can't sell to her. Why not? She stalked me. That's why I moved here. You're literally putting her right next door to me. Huh. Weird coincidence. This isn't funny. She's gonna make my life hell. Maybe you should move, then. I just bought this place. Yeah, must be rough when someone you want distance from ends up right next to you. Really sucks, doesn't it? He stared at me, understanding dawning. You're doing this on purpose. I'm selling my house to someone who made a legitimate cash offer. What they do after that isn't my problem. Your wife doesn't get a vote. She wanted to stay in this neighborhood so bad. She can stay, just not in my house. She'll be in the apartment we're renting until the divorce is final. Still in the same school district, though. She loved that. He went pale. Divorce? Oh yeah, didn't she mention? I filed last week. Turns out secret note passing with your ex is grounds for irreconcilable differences. Who knew? We didn't do anything. Cool. Tell it to the judge. Oh, and Tyler, you're gonna want to invest in some good privacy curtains. Ashley seems very dedicated to your relationship. I closed the door on his shocked face. Update 2, 1 month later. Closing day was beautiful. Ashley showed up in person, checkbook ready. My wife refused to attend, so her lawyer had power of attorney for the signing. Ashley was exactly what I expected. Mid-20s, Instagram baddie aesthetic. Talked about manifesting and the universe bringing people together. I'm so excited, she said. This house has such good energy. Sure does. Your neighbor's a real stand-up guy too. Oh, I know. We have so much history together. After signing, she asked, so you and your wife are really divorcing? Yep, because of Tyler, because of lies. Tyler was just the catalyst. Well, for what it's worth, you're making the right choice. If someone wants to be with their ex that badly, they should be together. Let them deal with the reality of it. Smart girl, despite the stalker vibes. The divorce was moving forward. My wife tried to claim emotional distress. Her lawyer argued I forced the sale. My lawyer presented the documented notes, the Facebook messages I'd subpoenaed. Oh yeah, they'd been messaging too. Nothing explicit, but definitely inappropriate. And her own admission that she'd been in contact with Tyler. Judge was not sympathetic. Ma'am, your husband sold jointly owned property. You signed the paperwork. The fact that you don't like the buyer is irrelevant. She got the apartment I'd been paying for during the separation, her car, and her personal stuff. I got the proceeds from the house sale, minus her portion of equity, which, after the mortgage, wasn't much, and my retirement accounts stayed untouched since we'd kept those separate. Could have been worse. Could have been better, but it was done. The real entertainment came from the neighborhood Facebook group. Tyler made a post. Does anyone know the new owner address? She's been leaving gifts on my porch, and I haven't ordered anything. Comments poured in. That's so sweet. A friendly neighbor. Maybe it's a welcome gesture. Then Ashley commented, just trying to be neighborly. Hope you like the cookies. Someone else. Wait, do you two know each other? Ashley, we go way back. So excited to reconnect. Tyler didn't respond after that. 2 weeks later, another post from Tyler. Serious question. What are the rules about security cameras pointing at neighboring property? The comments were split between why do you need cameras and everyone has the right to security. Ashley commented. I'm installing cameras too. for safety. Can never be too careful. I was watching this unfold from my new apartment across town like the world's most satisfying reality show. My wife finally figured out who Ashley was when she saw her in the neighborhood. Called me immediately. Did you know who you sold to? Yep, she's his stalker ex. I'm aware. She's crazy. She knocked on my apartment door, asking about Tyler. Asked if we were dating. Would you tell her? I told her to leave me alone. This is your fault, actually. It's your fault for lying about who moved in next door and passing him secret notes like a teenager. But sure, blame me. She's gonna ruin everything. Everything was already ruined. I just rearranged the pieces. I can't believe you did this. I can't believe you thought I'd just let you have your cake and eat it too. She hung up on me. Last week, I got added to a group chat. Tyler, my wife, and 3 other neighborhood people. Tyler had created it as an emergency neighborhood watch, but it was really a what do we do about Ashley chat. Tyler, she's in her yard every time I'm outside. Every single time. My wife, she asks me questions about you constantly. Where you work, what time you come home, if you're seeing anyone. I've called the cops twice. They say she's not technically doing anything illegal. Someone else. Have you tried talking to her? Yes. She acts like we're still together. Says we're working through things. My wife, can't you get a restraining order? Tried. Not enough evidence yet. She has to actually threaten me or trespass. I watched the chat in real time, making popcorn. Didn't contribute, just watched. Then came my favorite part. Tyler posted in the neighborhood group, I'm selling my house. If anyone's interested or knows someone looking, please DM me. Willing to negotiate on price for a quick sale. Ashley commented immediately. Why are you selling? I just moved here. I need a change. But we just reconnected. The universe brought us back together. We're not together, Ashley. We broke up years ago. We're taking a break. That's different. The comment thread was deleted by the admin within minutes. But screenshots lived forever. My ex-wife called again. He's moving because of what you did. He's moving because someone who wouldn't respect his boundaries found him. Not my problem. I hate you. You made your choice when you started passing notes. I just made sure you got exactly what you wanted. Tyler, close by forever, in the same neighborhood. Living in that crappy apartment. You insisted you needed to stay in the same school district for enjoy. Final update. 3 months later, Tyler didn't move. Turns out selling a house you just bought for less than you paid sucks. He was stuck, listed it at $20,000 below what he paid. Still, no takers because everyone in the neighborhood knew about the situation. Ashley's still there, posted on Instagram last week. Sometimes love requires patience. Every day closer to him is a gift from the universe. The comments are all concerned friends, telling her to move on. She responds with heart emoji. My ex-wife, still in the apartment. Her lease is up in 2 months. She's been looking at places, but everything's either too expensive or too far from her job. Here's the thing though. She started dating Tyler. Finally, officially, got confirmed through mutual friends. They're actually together now. Started about 6 weeks ago. The notes through the fence became actual dates once I was out of the picture. You'd think that's what I feared, right? That they'd end up together and be happy and I'd be the chump who lost. Nah, because they can't go anywhere in the neighborhood without running into Ashley. Coffee shop. Ashley's there. Grocery store. Ashley's there. They tried going to a restaurant 2 towns over. Ashley posted an Instagram story at the same restaurant 30 minutes later. Tyler's gained weight from stress, visible even in his Facebook photos, dark circles under his eyes. My ex-wife looks exhausted in the photos she's tagged in. They can't hold hands outside without Ashley watching from her window. Can't sit on his porch without her coming out to hers. Can't have friends over without Ashley introducing herself and staying too long. Tyler filed for a restraining order 2 weeks ago. It got denied. Ashley's lawyer argued she's just living her life in her own home, and if they happen to be in the places, that's coincidence. Judge agreed. My ex-wife tried to file harassment charges. Also denied. They're trapped, both of them. In the neighborhood she insisted we stay in. With the ex-boyfriend she insisted was just a friend, being watched constantly by someone who loves him exactly as obsessively as my ex-wife wanted him, just directed at the wrong person. As for me, I'm good, not great, not terrible, just good. Rented a nice 1-bedroom downtown, shorter commute to work. Started taking a pottery class. I know sounds dumb, but it's actually relaxing. Went on a few dates through apps. Nothing serious yet, but I'm not rushing. The divorce finalized last month. My ex got her share of the house proceeds, about $40,000 after the mortgage, fees, and my lawyer's costs. She's already spent most of it on credit cards she ran up during the marriage that I didn't know about. Her problem now. I kept my retirement accounts, my car, and most importantly, my dignity. My buddy asked me last week if I regretted it. The whole thing. Selling to Ashley specifically. Honestly, no. Because here's what my ex-wife doesn't get. I didn't do this out of revenge. I did it because she made a choice. She chose to lie, to sneak around, to prioritize her ex over our marriage. I just made sure she had to live with that choice, fully, completely, without the safety net of me funding her life while she explored her options. She wanted Tyler close. She got him, right there. Every day, with all the complications that come with it. She wanted to stay in that neighborhood. She got that too. An apartment she can barely afford, watching the house we built together belong to someone else. And Tyler. He thought he could move next to his ex's wife, rekindle something and face 0 consequences. Now he gets to understand what it feels like when someone won't leave you alone. When someone doesn't respect boundaries. When you can't escape. The notes through the fence stopped, by the way. Ashley installed the camera, pointing right at it. Last thing my ex-mother-in-law called last month. She'd heard about Tyler and Ashley. You did this on purpose, didn't you? I sold my house. What happened after that is between them and their choices. You've ruined my daughter's life. No, ma'am. Your daughter ruined her own life. I just stopped protecting her from the consequences. She hung up. Got a message last week from Tyler through Facebook. I'd never blocked him. I know you did this on purpose. I just want you to know I get it now. What you were trying to show us. And you were right. I left it on red. They made their choices. I made mine. The difference is, I can sleep at night. And honestly, that's enough. Edit. Since people keep asking, yes, this is 100% legal. I sold my house to a legitimate buyer with cash. What they do after closing isn't my responsibility. No, I don't feel bad for Tyler. He knew she was married and moved in next door anyway. No, I don't feel bad for my ex. She made her choice every time she passed a note, sent a message, or lied to my face. Yes, Ashley might be unhinged, but she's also their problem now, not mine. The pottery class is actually pretty fun. Made a bowl last week that only slightly wobbles.